everyone. My name is Crystal Rogers. I just wrote a book called I Survived the Storm. It's about my once broken life and about toxic and alcoholic relationships. If God can bring me through it, He can you too. You can purchase the book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Or if you do not order online, you can personal message me, Crystal Rogers, and I would be glad to send you a copy. It's $13. Y'all have a blessed day.
JT Thompson, welcome to the Elite Life Show. And we're not even gonna waste no time today. We got a very special guest in the building. She is an awesome R&B singer, host of her own shows, and got a plethora of things going on. No other than Nikia is joining us today. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
And I'm also digging the hat too, because I'm a hat fanatic. I just don't have one on today.
I'm in work mode. I'm in the studio, so I'm kind of like pausing to do the interview with you. So this is how I'm in the studio, just chilling.
We getting an exclusive, and I love it. There's nothing like it. So introduce yourself. Just say just a little something about who you are to our Elite Life audience.
Okay, so I'm R&B singer Nikia. I'm a songwriter, a singer, producer, label owner, entrepreneur, and I wear many hats.
Yeah, that is so dope for you to be trending and doing what you're doing as far as setting the ground work for others that are trying to do the same things. I mean, that is tremendous, especially in the industry that seems like they're trying to hold females back, like not letting you be great. And for you to just be like, look, I'm just going to kick the door in and do what I'm doing, and you're not going to stop me. I mean, salute to you, first of all, and congratulations for all the success that you've had thus far and all of the things that are to come your way. Super proud of you.
Thank you.
Tell us about, let's talk about the CDs, the music first.
Okay.
I had the pleasure of listening to some of your earlier tracks and music, and now this For Your Eyes Only just blew my mind when it dropped. Talk about the transition that you had in between projects, like your growth. What have you noticed about yourself?
So, I mean, of course, when you work on music or anything you work on projects, you want your next project to be better than the last. So really, when I put this project together, I did a kind of like a lot of soul searching, and I took a little bit of break in between, not too much of a break, but I took like a month off in the middle to kind of get my thoughts together, because I do write a lot. And sometimes, anyone that writes, sometimes you can experience writer's block. So in order to keep my mind fresh and to, take in new things and surroundings around me, to, be able to have a lot of things to write about, I took like a little break in the middle. And it did it justice. So this CD, For Your Eyes Only, is a little bit more grown and sexy than the last CD, Fairy Tale. So of course, naturally the music is better, singing's better, everything is just better.
How have you been able to navigate through the pandemic and, from traveling, doing live shows? Did it work in your advantage, or did it just force you to create more avenues to make things happen?
So it worked to my advantage and it didn't, but for the most part it did. I'm obviously not doing as many live shows right now as I'm used to doing, but I am still shaking and moving around through the pandemic. I'm traveling still. A lot of surrounding areas that are closer, I'm driving opposed to flying, but things that are further away, I'm still flying. I'm just kind of spacing my things out and getting the timing correct. So I'm kind of having that break in the middle from being around, other people. And of course, all the precautions, the face mask, the hand sanitizer, all that good stuff. I mean, I'm so kind of like crazy, like I'm buying 2 seats just so no one sits next to me. Like,
Yeah,
got to make sure.
yeah. You have to. What are biggest challenges that you've learned just being in the industry as an artist and producer and over your old label? What have you learned? What are some things that you can pass along as things to look for when you're navigating in those lanes?
Well, first off, I mean, as I always tell people, and I've always said, um, the business side of things is so important when it comes to the industry, the entertainment industry in general, whether it's music or acting, something else. But the business side of things, when you know the business side of things, is going to help you out a lot as an artist because you're going to understand splits. You're going to understand where money's going. You're going to understand that when a label picks you up and says, you know what, here's upfront money. That upfront money is not your money to say, you know what, I'm going to go play around with this money and I'm going to buy a big house and I'm going to buy chains and this. It's not for that.
Yeah,
You have to understand your contract. You have to be smart and get someone to look over your contract because everything that glitters isn't gold. You can't just say, oh, they're giving me a contract and in the contract says they want to give me $1 million. And I'm going to sign this because I'm going to have $1 million. What you don't understand is that's a loan. That's not free money. And
yeah,
from that $1 million, depending on the terms of your contract, how many albums do you have to spit out? How much promotion do you have to pay for? How many visuals are you going to have to pay for? How much are you going to have to spit out at the beginning of your tour to fund dancers, background singers, band, travel? I mean, these are things that you need to know. So I would definitely say that anyone who's going to get into this game, number one, you have to know that it's not easy. It's a business, and being an artist is a business, just like running a business. If you go, you open up a store today and you stack it with product, no one's just going to come because you open the store. You have to promote for someone to know that it's there and it exists, right? And then
yeah,
especially if you don't, you have to make sure your product is worthwhile because you can stack all the product in your store if you want. If people come in the shop and it's garbage, no one's buying. So guess what? Now you're sitting on all this product. The bank gave you this loan and you still have to pay all that money back. So now you're scrambling to find out, how am I going to pay this money back? So make a plan. Don't just come out and say, you know what? I'm the next hottest thing. I'm going to blow up overnight and Jay-Z's going to sign me and I'm going to hit the top of the charts, because it
yeah.
doesn't work that way at
Far
all.
from it.
Any artist, even any major artist that'll tell you right now that's out, Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, Beyond, anybody, they're going to tell you it didn't happen overnight. And when you go back and you look at these stories, it's a constant grind. Like, it doesn't just, oh, it doesn't matter how good you sing or how good you rap or I look the hottest. None of that matters. Because guess what? If there's no marketing in that package for you to market yourself, you're not going nowhere. So you have to make a plan, a solid plan, follow the steps, stick to it, and just know you're gonna get a lot of no's. You might get 100 doors slammed in your face. And then when you get to that 101st door, somebody's gonna say, you know what, come on in. And then that's how it works. So you can't give up. If this is what you truly want to do, you got to know there's going to be some bumps in the road. Like, you're going to have to just keep sticking with it. If you're not built like that, then this is probably not the industry for you. And I don't want to sound so straightforward and harsh about it, but it's the reality of things.
Give it to them. Don't sugarcoat it because again, I think that's half the problem. People, get a sugarcoated advice and then you come in here and you're not ready. You know what I'm saying? If somebody telling you straight up, this is a grind. You got to be able to work at it 24/8 and be ready for all the things that are going to happen. It's not going to go your way, and still you got to be able to press forward. I think you're an
Right.
example of that. So no, you can't sugarcoat it. That's how we handicap and cripple artists that are not ready and not prepared mentally. Mentally is more of a grind more than
Right.
anything. And you can't always. You got to expect the unexpected at all times and be ready to make the adjustments. From
Right.
what I've seen, a lot of people think they glitz and glamours. They see the finished product, but they don't see the labor of love and all the hard work that goes into it. So thank you for being real on that because this ain't for the faint of heart and it's not for everybody.
Right.
And that's just being real. Let's talk about something else. I see when we talk about marketing, we talk about the latest project with who I call stars. Radia, talk about that and how they came together and how dope that's going so far.
So it really honestly kind of came together organically. It was kind of like a conversation, started with a conversation, turned into an idea, and then the next thing you know, we were off and running. Like we just let's make it happen. I mean, that's the kind of person I am anyway. Like I put my money where my mouth is. So if I say I'm gonna do something and I don't take forever to plan. I immediately put a plan in place and I move on it.
Yeah.
And you gotta strike while the iron's hot. So that's what you gotta do. But the show is on BBS radio, so we're a syndicated show. We are on 211 stations in 36 countries. Um, we've already the show hasn't been on that long, but we've already broke a couple of records, and it's just gonna get better from there. We have in 2021. I don't want to spoil it, but we have a lot of big A-listers coming onto the show, so everybody better just stay tuned, hold on to your hats, because it's gonna
Yeah.
get crazy.
Y'all doing y'all's thing. I'm gonna say this. I mean, I'm super proud of what y'all are doing. A lot of times it's no competition. We are definitely rooting for y'all to be successful, and what we've seen so far is just amazing. I mean, please keep doing what y'all doing. Keep y'all foot on the pedal. I think it's amazing. The collaboration to me, there probably were a lot of contenders, but y'all made the perfect marriage in what y'all doing together, the perfect collaboration. And when your chemistry is straight, and when you come together in the right timing, I like to call it God's timing. Y'all came together and it's just meshed, and y'all have something really great, and it's amazing. So yeah, I mean, please follow, support, do what you can because they have an amazing show over there, and you're doing great things. Nikia, you're doing great things with your music, all the things you're doing behind the scenes. People ain't seen nothing yet. I can say that they
They
ain't seen
sure they sure
nothing.
have it. I'm not like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's some big things in the works for 2021, and everybody just get ready because it's coming.
And the other thing I want to say, I've been watching you. I've been following you. You know what you've been doing. I can say that you're blazing a path. You're not waiting for nobody to give it to you. You're just going to get it. You are the definition of a go-getter. And that's amazing. And you're hustling on a whole nother level. And people don't understand what it takes in order to, be successful. That you got to work at it each and every day and burn hours that people don't even realize you up around the clock. I know that grind, but I see it, in what you're doing. And I just want to say, from someone that's got their feet wet and doing a little something. I mean, you blazing the path on how to get it done, and you haven't given up. I'm pretty sure there are times that you wanted to say, I'm throw the towel in, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no rest, no sleep. I'm pretty sure you've had those moments, but yet you pressed through. And I want to know what kept you going. What kept you pressing the gas and like you ain't gonna defeat me. I'm coming through the door.
Seeing the finish line. I mean, it's always, the competition is not even with anybody else. The competition is with myself to do better, to be better. And in order to get there, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. And the one thing that really anybody out there that's listening, they should know, like when if somebody tells me that I cannot do something, I'm that person that I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you that you're wrong, and I'm gonna go extra hard and go double time just to show you, like, don't play with me.
Yeah, yeah, there it is. That's that drive right there. If you it's right there. They just heard it. Like it don't take much to motivate because you already motivated anyway. So don't add gasoline to the fire because I'm gonna show you what I'm about to do. I ain't gonna talk about it.
Right.
I'm just about to do it. And when I'm done, I'm still not finished because I'm still gonna keep things coming. That's what I admire about you. You dope on a lot of different levels. Keep doing what you're doing,
Thank you.
Nikia. There's no stopping you. We're gonna be talking about you in a legendary legacy when it's all said and done because you're not doing it for the glitz and the glam. You're doing it, putting out solid projects, and also giving artists opportunities. Let's talk about that. The artists that you've been able to get opportunities that you've seen talent in. Talk about how that's inspired you, to drive even harder.
Well, I've always said from the beginning, like, certain moves that I make are very strategic, and it is for the purposes of helping independent artists, like myself. It is very hard for independent artists to get on syndicated stations. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make a way. Why not? Let me be the first to break their album. Why not? If no one else is gonna let it, if they got a dope project and they can't get on the front line, I'm gonna put you on the front line. And it's just the entertainment industry is very difficult, especially for women. And I mean, I've been in situations, and I won't even speak on names, with big names that have tried things. Um, and I hate to say that it comes with the territory, but it does. Unfortunately, it comes with the territory. But on the same side of that, I think women as artists, they have to understand their worth and understand that everything is not for them. And for me, when I'm conducting business, we're conducting business. If you have something else in your mind, you might as well just go conduct business with somebody else, because I don't need that kind of business. And don't be afraid to say no. Just because you say no to somebody, even if you feel like, oh, my career is going to be ruined, it'll never be ruined. Because guess what? You go make your own way. And that's exactly why I make my own way, because I'm not bowing down to no one. It'll never happen. No one's gonna tell me what kind of music to put out. No one's gonna tell me, oh, you should look like this. Oh, this is what the perfect woman looks like. Like, I'm sorry. Like, when did women lose so much self-esteem that they feel like they have to go chop themselves up and cut themselves up to look like something? I don't
Yeah,
think so. Mm-mm. Because at the end of the day, you're all chopping yourself up to look like the same thing. God made us all individual in our own individual way.
yeah.
And I plan on keeping my individuality. I don't want to look like this one and that one, and no. Mm-mm.
If you ever changed, I wouldn't recognize you, for one. Number two, I'm blessed to be able to say that I'm a friend of yours, and I'm also a supporter of what you're doing. And that's the one thing that has went away in this culture, that people don't support each other like they should. Like, there shouldn't be anything into it other than, let me buy what you got going on. Let me support your brand. Let me listen
Right.
to your shows. Like, that don't you know that's what we do it for. And why shouldn't we support one another, especially when the grind is so hard. But it also keeps your circle really tight as well, and it lets the people that don't need to be a part of that on the outside looking in, and they can just admire the work from outside of the circle. So
Exactly.
I know that's something else that's near and dear, and you got to be really disciplined and really, really woke in order to see who need to be that close to you and who don't need access to you. So again, for your eyes only is a message. It actually has a message to it. Listen to the latest project from Nikia, because it's deep and it's really saying something. If you listen to the lyrics and you listen to the songs on the tracks, this is your time right now. How can people follow you? Plug all your brands and everything you got going on. This is your time, Nikia, on Elite Life.
So you guys can go to my website, www.soundsofnikia.com. You can get all my social media handles there. You can follow me. There's links to live stream. You can get me on Pandora Radio, anywhere. Music sold digitally. You can listen to Letters from the Pen. You can go to www.lettersfromthepen.com, click on the live stream button. We're on every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every other Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We love giving away cash and prizes and putting food on people's table. So, just, follow, take a look out. There's new things, new information coming out every day. And just support. I mean, we love to support. I love to support other, minorities, other women, other Black owned businesses. We always support. So, show the same love.
Our question is, we end 2020 and we go into a brand new year. what is your advice on a personal level in pressing forward and not getting caught up in all the things that can distract you? What's Let's get a word from the kid.
So my advice would be to stay focused, set goals, reach those goals. Don't let anything knock you off your feet, because it's going to happen. Because the devil, he sends his minions in many different disguises. And you know what? And that could be someone close to you, could be family, could be friends, it could just be a random person. You don't know. So as long as you are sure of who you are and you know where you're going and what you're doing, you are going to strive. Do not let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Don't let anybody try to tell you who you are. And you know what? Don't ever be ashamed of yourself, because everybody has skeletons in their closet. And if God's a forgiving God. And if he can forgive you, then other people should be able to forgive you too for whatever it is you did or whatever you think you did, because nobody is better than the next person. We are all out here with a goal and trying to be successful in society and make something of ourselves and bring a little bit more happiness to somebody in the world. So be yourself. Don't listen to what other people tell you. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And especially for the young ladies out there coming up, you could be whatever. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, blue, brown. You want to be a doctor, be a doctor. You want to be a singer. You could be whatever you put your mind to. You just have to focus and do it.
That's right. And before we go, how important is self love for a person to individually love themselves? How important is that in life?
Loving yourself in life is probably one of the most important things. I mean, if you don't have enough love for yourself, you don't have love to give nobody else. Like you have to take care of yourself first. And you have to know that, first of all, your body's your temple. So just remember that your body's like a machine. It's the only one you got. So you got to take care of it, because you're not going to be able to keep going. And when you're laying up sick, who's running to your aid? Not that many people. So
Right.
take care of yourself. Always take care of yourself.
Right. Any merchandise, Nikia related, anything out there where people can go and get your merch?
So actually, in 2021, top of January, in a few days, there will be an IKEA merch store going live. There'll be shirts, hats. There's some specialty shoes. There's face masks, hand sanitizer. There's gonna be, you name it, it's gonna be there. So
Oh
when we
wow.
get that link up and running, we will definitely drop that to you.
Wow. I feel like I just got an exclusive. I felt like you just dropped an exclusive. That's dope. I'm excited. I'm gonna be right there as soon as the link drop, because it's important for us to support one another. And again, you're doing great things. Don't sleep on people that's really putting in the work and really doing things. Let's support each other. Let's make things
Exactly.
happen. So Nikia, it's been an honor and a privilege to have you on the Elite Life Show. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. You're not going to be a stranger. You definitely coming back in 2021, so we can recap first quarter, see how everything's going, and with all the things that are going to drop. So we definitely going to be back in touch with you. You have an amazing end to 2020, and you keep your foot on the pedal in 2021. And anything you need from any platform that I have, whether it's Elite Life, Big Woo Radio, your all my platform is yours. So whatever we can do in order to help you or get continue to put you out there, you got our support. Thank you,
Thank
and
you.
God bless you. Again, give everybody the social media links how they can follow you and get with you.
All right. www.soundsandnikia.com, www.lettersfromthepin.com. On Facebook, it's Nikia's World. Instagram, Nikia12,000. Twitter, Hughes_Nikia. And like I said, you can, again, my website, www.soundsandnikia.com, and all the links are there.
Definitely appreciate you coming on the show. Much success we wish upon you. Blessings upon your life. We will talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Take care. God
You
bless.
too. Bye bye.
Bye. Again, R&B artist Nikia came through and rocked out with us and dropped some exclusives in our interview. We appreciate her coming on the show. Please go follow all her social media links, and big things are coming, already in place and are coming. Again, y'all, another dope show. If you want to reach out to us, T.N.E. TNEnetworksLLC@gmail.com. Go to the website, TNE Networks. Also follow all of our Facebook pages. You know what I'm saying? TNE Networks, The Brave Talk Show, Diva Lifestyle Show. Go check those pages out, y'all. Also, thanks to the sponsors, BL Fredericks Memorial Center, Talford Realty, New Mount Olivet AME Zion Church, and Hope of Rock Hill. Appreciate everybody that is rocking with us. Also, Brian Fleming, appreciate you being the sponsor of the Elite Life Show. As we end, be careful about how you treat one another. Treat one another as you would like to be treated. We are definitely humbled for you listening and watching the Elite Life Show, and we will see you soon. God bless each of you. Take care. I'm James J.T. Thompson, and you have watched the Elite Life Show here on TNE Network.
Knowledge is king. Knowledge is king. Knowledge is king. Knowledge is king.